Man, I really like Star Wars. I grew up with it. The movies, shows, games, and legends are a part of who I am, no matter how dumb that may sound. But I always felt like the franchise was limiting itself. Don't get me wrong, the live action and 3D cartoons are great, but I feel like the potential is visually restrained. Like, this is supposed to be Palpatine force screaming and with a lightning quick movement chopping down all of these masters. But in reality, it looks like a delirious old man screaming as he does his best Meta Knight impression. Which is why Star Wars anime is the best way to represent this lost potential. I've always wanted a Star Wars anime. The usage of the Force and lightsaber duels always felt like there could be so much more. Legends, the Star Wars comics, do a relatively good job displaying this, but personally, I don't like having to imagine the fight scenes and music. And after watching Visions, honestly, this show's amazing. By the way, if you do like my stuff, then don't forget to sub. Let's get this percentage up. It's free. Anyways, this show is an anthology. Before you ask, an anthology in this context is a series of individual short stories. You illiterate monkeys. 9 individual short stories, each one so different than the other. We start off in like feudal Japan, stormtroopers drinking tea, village under attack, lasers flying everywhere, someone whips out a turret. No one's dodging a turret. Is that an umbrella? And then she's like, it's been a long time since I killed a Jedi. I ain't no Jedi, bitch. And to start off this series with such a clean fight, smoothly using Force abilities and their swordsmanship, the fluidity of the whole thing is visually something I can only think can be performed in 2D animation. To start off Visions like this, with some John Williams x Demon Slayer crossover music in the background, and this type of art style with such innovative ideas is insane. They're basically telling us like, yeah, we trapped our animators in our basement, so expect anything at this point. Because just 2 episodes later, they turned Kill la Kill into Star Wars. 2 seconds ago, we were watching like Sekiro Wars, and now we got bendy lightsabers? I mean, it makes sense. Studio Trigger also animated Kill la Kill. And while I didn't ask for this, the fact that they could go from this to cutting a Star Destroyer in half shows the diversity that Star Wars can bring. It then skipped just to episode 5, and while the previous episodes were anime, The Ninth Jedi is definitely the one that really captures that anime feel. If you were to give this episode to a sweaty anime watcher who sleeps with 3 body pillows and has somehow never heard of Star Wars, they probably wouldn't even bat an eye. So where's episode 2? There is no episode 2. Damn, you're fat. But the episode was set up really well. It gave the character purpose and a proper backstory. The heavy atmosphere filled with hopelessness, accompanied by such well-scored music, really made it feel like the beginning of a new adventure, a new battle shonen almost. I think if they were to make a full show based off of just 1 episode, it'd be this one or episode 8. But before I talk about 8, I have to talk about 7, The Elder. First, can we talk about these lightsabers? I'm really into the whole lightsaber sword thing, and I think it's even cooler that the size of your lightsaber can change. I think it brings a whole different layer to combat. But the fight is really where it's at. The speed and fluidity of the whole thing is really something I've always felt like Star Wars needed, but was never able to because of their own limitation. But animating this in 2D worked really well. You can just feel the speed of the Gordon Ramsay testicle-faced old man. His arrogance, displayed by his hyper-offensive attack patterns with little defense, gives insight into his personality and plays into his Sith tendencies. And the Padawan's sloppy, sluggish movement, contrasted by the sharp movements of the fully composed Jedi Master. Even when Taserface over here got his panties in a twist and unleashed Force Lightning, he stayed completely calm, composure reminiscent of Qui-Gon. Using Form 3 Sorisu, making quick defensive movements, and striking when he let his guard down. Actually, that wasn't Sorisu, that was actually Form 5. Would you shut the hell up? Bald ass motherfucker. Ketchup stain on his shirt head ass. For real though, this episode not only made the fight amazing, but it was very true to Star Wars. And finally, episode 8. Honestly, watching the trailer for this show, I saw the MC for this episode and was instantly turned off because I didn't want to watch Star Wars Beastars. Yo, what the bunny doing? But I was so wrong. Like, I do not believe this was 20 minutes long. The Elder felt like it was 5 minutes because the quick fight was the only focus. But in Lop and Ocho, it felt like an entire story. The heavy atmosphere created by the overwhelming power of the Republic, accompanied by the well-crafted character building, puts this episode on another level. The fight scenes were also super clean. I really like this one. I mean, I'd say it's probably my favorite, and it kinda left me speechless. I mean, look at the notes I took for this episode. What the hell even is this? I'm really wishing that we get a full show of The Ninth Jedi or of Lop. And I'm super disappointed that we may never get a follow-up to this. Honestly, in the beginning, I was kind of disappointed that this was going to be an anthology, but I think it worked out really beneficially, as it was able to show all of the different styles that Star Wars could offer. Even though all 9 episodes did play out in a similar way, they all felt like episode 1 of a new series, and that kind of got repetitive, but the stories were so good in some episodes that it made up for it. I think the fact that Visions was able to create stories with such different art styles and concepts speaks volumes to the potential that Star Wars has. Even though conceptually they were so different, the fact that they made it work shows that it can be done, and I can only hope that they continue this creativity in the future. Hey, you made it all the way until the end. I hope you enjoyed. And don't forget to like and sub. Let's try getting this number up from 5%. Anyways, as always, thank you so much for watching. You know it means a lot to me. And sorry my voice is so raspy right now, I just woke up. Anyways, see you guys later. Take it easy.